Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting hour on the Heartland Wrestling Association. You just saw the action from last week. Who's your daddy? Steve Bradley on D'Lo Brown. You beat that man with a metal street sign. And Steve Bradley, the question on my mind, the question on the minds of all the fans watching HWA right now is where does it go from here with D'Lo Brown?
You see, Jim, it's kind of funny sometimes. D'Lo Brown thought he was such a bad man. Thought he was such a tough guy, sticking his nose where it didn't belong, sticking his nose in my business. You see, D'Lo, how did it feel? How did it feel last week when I wrapped that sign around your head? How did it feel when I beat you down? You see, Jim, I'm a fair man. If you want to wrestle me, I'll wrestle you. You want to fight me, I'll kill you. Because I've been fighting my whole life. Downtown Boston, Neyland Street, the combat zone. You see, Jim, on Neyland Street, when somebody gets in your way, you take them out. And D'Lo Brown, you are standing directly in my way to the WWF, and I'm gonna take you out. But see, Jim, what's funny about the whole...
Well, what you tried to do last week when you tried to take him out, he wasn't even in the ring with you. He wasn't wrestling you. He was wrestling B.J. Whitmer, and you jumped the man from behind.
You see, Jim, it's just like I said, on Neyland Street, the toughest street in America. You do things you have to do to get the job done. But see, Jim, what I want to know, D'Lo, is what did you say? What did you do when you went home to Chicago after the beating that I gave you? What did you say to your boys? What did you say to your friends? I think I have an idea, Jim, what he said. You said...
Well, wait a minute. I think instead of an idea, we'll find out from the horse's mouth. That's the music of D'Lo Brown. I'm giving you plenty of room. Now, wait a minute. Gentlemen, we've already had enough violence in this instance.
You want to know what I said to my friends? You don't know what I said to my boys when I went back to Chicago? What I said to them was this: I underestimated you, Steve Bradley, because your punk ass to do anything to lay me out. But what you don't know is this. You know, I have been to downtown Boston. I have seen Neyland Street. And you know what thing I saw on that street? Was a PTA meeting. The only thing I seen on that street was a bunch of old ladies going into a bingo hall. What you want to know about? You want to know about my hood. You want to know about the toughest streets in America? Why don't we go back home to Chicago? Why don't we go home to Halstead Street? You see, in Halstead Street is so tough. You go into a restaurant, you look on the menu, and it's got broken leg of lamb. You go to Halstead Street, and the muggers are so tough, they don't shoot you, they insert the bullets manually. You see, in Halstead Street in autumn, the leaves, they don't fall off the tree. Hell, they commit suicide.
That's tough.
So the bottom line is this. I can't take you to Chicago and kick that ass, but I can damn sure bring a Chicago ass kicking to you.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on, D'Lo Brown, what are you saying? How are you going to bring a Chicago ass kicking to Steve Bradley in the HWA?
You see, Jim Cornette, it's quite simple. Steve Bradley, I want you and me to hook up in an old school Chicago street fight. And what a Chicago street fight is you bring what you will. You wear what you want. Hell, the rules, there are no damn rules. The referee's there for one reason, and one reason only, to pick your dead carcass up and carry you out of the ring. He can't stop the fight for blood.
Whoa. Hold on, D'Lo. So what you're saying here, let me get this straight. You want a Chicago street fight. A no-rules Chicago street fight. Is that what you're trying to say, D'Lo Brown?
What I'm trying to say is we're going back to my hood, so you're damn right. A Chicago street fight with no rules, no stipulation, and there must be a winner.
Challenge has been made.
All right, D'Lo. No rules. That's fine, man. I just wanted to double check.
No rules.
What the...
Wait a minute here. What's going on? what's going on. Jimmy's been thrown out of the ring. Bradley's pounding away on D'Lo Brown. All the referees are throwing the ring. Bradley's wanting to fight anybody and everybody. He cheap shot at D'Lo Brown. It's not a battle of the streets now. It's a battle of who's on their feet, and that happens to be Steve Bradley. But D'Lo Brown's up, and he's going to keep the fire burning. And out of the ring goes Steve Bradley, and I think he's headed back to Neyland Street in Boston. All the referees holding D'Lo Brown back. Jimmy Cornette trying to restore order, tells Bradley to stay back.